Something strange has happened to us. We spend our entire day trapped inside our own minds, thinking, worrying, replaying conversations, imagining worst-case scenarios, planning, analyzing. Our brains never stop running like a computer with too many tabs open. Meanwhile, our bodies just sit there, ignored, like we're passengers in a vehicle we forgot how to drive. You walk down the street, but you're not really there. You're somewhere else, lost in thought. You eat food without tasting it. You scroll through your phone without really seeing anything. You have conversations while thinking about something completely different. Your body is present, but you're miles away, living entirely inside your head. This isn't normal, and it's making us sick. There's a doctor named Bessel van der Kolk who spent his entire career studying trauma. What he discovered will shock you. That constant thinking, that voice in your head that never shuts up, that feeling of watching your own life from a distance, it's not just stress, it's not just overthinking, it's actually a survival response. Your mind learned to escape your body because at some point, being in your body felt dangerous. Let me explain this in a way that makes sense. When something bad happens to us, whether it's obvious trauma like abuse or subtle trauma like being constantly criticized or ignored, our nervous system responds by pulling us out of our body. Why? Because feelings hurt. Physical sensations become linked with pain, fear, or shame. So the brain does something clever, it disconnects. It moves all your awareness into your head, away from the feelings in your body. At first, this helps, it protects you. But here's the problem. Your nervous system doesn't know when the danger is over. That protective mechanism keeps running, even years later, even when you're completely safe. You remain stuck in your head, thinking constantly because somewhere deep down, your system still believes that feeling something in your body is dangerous. This is what dissociation really means. It's not some rare psychological condition, it's everywhere. Millions of people right now are dissociated and don't even know it. They think they're just analytical people, rational people, people who think a lot, but the truth is darker. They're running from something they don't want to feel. Think about it. When was the last time you actually felt your body? Not thought about your body, but actually felt the sensations inside it. Can you feel your feet right now, your breath, the weight of your body sitting or standing? Most people can't. They're so disconnected that their body is just this vague thing carrying their head around. And our modern world makes this so much worse. We're taught from childhood to ignore our bodies. Stop crying, control yourself, don't be so emotional, use your head, think logically. Feelings are seen as weakness. The body is just a tool for productivity. We sit at desks for hours, hunched over screens, barely moving, while our minds race with deadlines, notifications, and endless information. Success in our society means living from the neck up. Smart people think, they analyze, they plan, they work long hours without listening to their body's need for rest. We drink coffee to override exhaustion, we take pills to suppress emotions, we ignore pain until we collapse, and we call this normal life. But there's a cost: anxiety that won't go away, depression that comes from nowhere, panic attacks with no clear cause, that empty feeling like you're not really alive, just going through the motions, relationships that feel shallow, pleasure that never quite satisfies. All of this happens because you're not actually living, you're just thinking about living. Technology has accelerated this problem to dangerous levels. We spend hours staring at screens. Our eyes move, our fingers scroll, but our bodies remain frozen. We consume endless content about health, happiness, and self-improvement while our actual physical body sits ignored and numb. We're hyperconnected online but completely disconnected from ourselves. Social media gives us relationships without touch, entertainment without physical engagement, validation through likes and comments but no real human warmth. Our brains are overstimulated, flooded with dopamine hits, while our bodies starve for movement, for touch, for real sensory experience. Every notification pulls your attention up into your head. Every scroll keeps you mentally busy. Your mind flies through cyberspace while your body remains grounded, heavy, forgotten. And the worst part, we think this is living. We think because we're mentally busy, we're alive. But we're not. We're just consuming, watching, thinking, never actually being. The body keeps score. That's what Van der Kolk discovered. Every emotion you avoid, every feeling you push down, every sensation you ignore gets stored in your body. It sits in your muscles as tension, in your chest as tightness, in your stomach as knots. Your body remembers everything your mind tries to forget. This is why just talking about problems doesn't always help. You can understand your trauma intellectually, explain it perfectly to a therapist, and still feel terrible. Because trauma doesn't live in your thoughts, it lives in your nervous system, in your physical body. And until you reconnect with your body, that trauma stays stuck. So how do you escape this prison? How do you get out of your head and back into your body? It starts with something simple but revolutionary. You have to learn to feel again. Right now, ask yourself this question. Where do I feel this in my body? Not what do I think about this, but where do I physically feel it? Anxiety isn't just a worried thought, it's a racing heart, tight shoulders, shallow breathing, butterflies in your stomach. Sadness isn't just feeling down, it's heaviness in your chest, a lump in your throat, tiredness in your bones. Most people skip right past these sensations. They go straight to analyzing and thinking. But the sensations are where the truth lives. When you name what you feel physically, something changes in your brain. You start integrating mind and body again. You begin to process emotions instead of just thinking about them endlessly. Try it right now, stop and notice. What sensations are in your body at this exact moment? Not thoughts, but actual physical feelings. Is your jaw tight? Are your shoulders raised? Is your breathing shallow? Just notice. Don't judge it. Don't try to fix it. Just feel it. This simple act of paying attention is the first step to reconnecting. But for many people, feeling the body is terrifying. If your body became associated with pain, shame, or fear, then turning your attention there feels like walking into a dangerous room. This is why grounding practices are so important. You need to teach your nervous system that your body is safe again. Grounding means using your senses to anchor yourself in the present moment. Feel your feet on the floor, really feel them. Notice the pressure, the temperature, the texture. Touch something with texture like fabric or wood, feel it completely. Hold something cold like ice. Let your nervous system register that you're here now, safe. These aren't just relaxation tricks, they're neurological interventions. When you ground yourself through physical sensation, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system. This is the part of your brain that calms you down and tells your body it's safe. You're literally rewiring your response to being present. Walk barefoot on grass or dirt. Put your hands in cold water. Smell something strong like peppermint or coffee. Listen to sounds around you without judgment. Each of these practices pulls you out of the mental loop and drops you back into physical reality. Your body starts to remember what it feels like to be inhabited. As you practice this, you'll notice something strange. Emotions that seemed overwhelming in your head become manageable in your body. When you feel anger as warmth in your chest and tension in your arms instead of as a storm of thoughts, you can actually work with it. When anxiety becomes a specific sensation in your stomach instead of racing thoughts, you can breathe into it. This is the power of embodiment. Emotions are temporary physical experiences, not permanent mental states, but you only discover this when you drop out of your head and into your felt experience. Movement is another key. Your body was designed to move, but modern life keeps us still. When you move with awareness, when you actually feel yourself walking, stretching, or dancing, you strengthen the connection between mind and body. Practices like yoga, tai chi, dancing, or even just conscious walking teach you to inhabit your physical form again. The goal isn't to become a fitness expert. It's to remember that you have a body and that living in it feels different than thinking about it. When you move and pay attention to the sensations, you're training yourself to be present. You're building a relationship with your physical self that was broken by trauma and neglect. As this reconnection deepens, life starts to change in unexpected ways. Colors seem brighter, food tastes better, music moves you differently. Conversations feel more real because you're actually there, not halfway lost in your thoughts. You start noticing when you're tense and can consciously relax. You start feeling your intuition, that gut feeling that's actually physical, not mental. Your relationships improve because people can feel when you're truly present with them. Your decisions get clearer because you're not just thinking in circles. You're listening to your whole self, including the wisdom your body carries. Things that used to send you into mental spirals become manageable because you have an anchor, a safe place to return to inside yourself. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect. Problems don't disappear. Difficult emotions still arise, but now you have a way to be with them that doesn't require escaping into your head. You can feel grief without drowning, experience fear without panicking, hold anger without exploding, because you're no longer at war with your own body. Understanding this changes everything. The exhaustion you feel isn't from too much thinking, it's from living disconnected from half of yourself. That sense of being numb or empty isn't depression, it's dissociation. You're not broken or weak. You're doing exactly what your nervous system learned to do to protect you. But you don't need that protection anymore. The danger has passed, and now you can make a different choice. You can choose to come back, to feel, to be present, to actually live in your body instead of just carrying it around like luggage. This is the journey from surviving to living, from thinking about life to actually experiencing it, from the prison of your mind to the freedom of your full embodied self. It's not easy, it takes practice, patience. Sometimes it's uncomfortable or scary, but it's worth it. Because when you finally get out of your head, when you return to your body and learn to live there again, everything changes. The world becomes real, sensations become vivid, emotions become manageable, connection becomes possible, and life, actual life, the kind you can feel and taste and experience fully, finally begins. You don't have to wait for some perfect moment. You can start right now. Feel your breath, notice your body, ground yourself in this present moment. This is where life happens, not in your thoughts about yesterday or tomorrow, not in your analysis and planning, right here, right now, in your body. The mind is a powerful tool, but it's a terrible place to live. Your body is your home, and it's been waiting for you to come back. So I ask you now, what do you feel in your body at this very moment? Can you name one sensation? This is how it begins, with awareness, with feeling, with the courage to stop thinking and start living. Your body has been carrying trauma, tension, and disconnection for years, but it's also carrying the capacity for pleasure, presence, peace, and aliveness. All of it is there, waiting for you to pay attention. The journey out of your head and back into your life starts with a single breath, a single moment of awareness, a choice to feel instead of think, and from there, everything becomes possible again. This is your invitation. Stop surviving in your mind, start living in your body, because when you do, you'll discover what you've been missing all along, life itself. Raw, real, felt, and finally truly yours.